unexpected A.
Okay, just a quick break in the time lapse and a little update. So I did half this time lapse in the evening and I'm about to do the other half now. But what I did do is before I logged off is I added some roundabouts and a bit of road. I added a farm up here. I also connected the Tesco DIRFT processing plant to this farm as well. So we've got some trucks going backwards and forwards and feeding this farm. And I also started to add some trains, some freight services. I'm not sure if these are the correct locomotives for the time, but I quite like them, so I added them. And we've got a mixture of locomotives. And I just wanted to test to make sure up until this point here, and this was all operational without getting any traffic, basically. I wanted to make sure that that was going to happen. So, and I really like these because this is the first time me fully using, apart from obviously the station in Wilston Junction, fully using the freestyle platform mod. And the assets, like the shelving, the freight shelving looks great, right? Like it's stacked on top of each other on the pallets. I think that looks fantastic. I'm really happy with that. So we've got some food being processed here. We've got some food stacking up, ready to be picked up. We've got a freight train using the sidings, and we've also got a load of plastic ready to go down to London here as well. It's gonna be interesting once this gets stacked up to see this all stacked on top of this as well. I think that'd be quite cool. So we'll see how that goes. I'm really happy. Like I'm part of me is a little bit gutted that I've only just discovered the freestyle platform mod. Well, apparently I had it installed for a while but didn't use it properly, so I'm really happy with that. I've also got a little terminal here just connecting the DIRFT DHL to this Malcolm Rail freight depot as well. So that's quite cool. We've got some food being processed here. I've got some connections, just one lorry between this and this, just dropping food off on this. And obviously then this DHL, the warehouse can feed Northampton and maybe partially Rugby, but I do have a service that stops on this as well, coming out of DIRFT as well, so that's quite cool. And then we got a couple of trains shooting down to London, down to Wilston Junction. And as I said in the previous episode where we just built the tracks, we also have in the future, what I'll be looking at is looking at that sort of small freight sort of terminal, which I think is just a concrete drop-off. We might use it for commats or something down in London, just outside St Pancras as well. We'll take a look at that. And then any freight sort of, I guess it's, what is it, southeast of London? I know we've got like the big Thames terminus there. I'm not sure if we're going to get that in because I don't think we can go far enough south for that. Far enough south? I'm not sure if we can go far enough south. But we'll see what happens along there as well. And obviously we've got the other main lines, like I said, as well. So I don't want to stack too much freight on one line because obviously it creates traffic for the services as well. So I did want to keep this flowing as best as we could as well. That's what I like about these electrical units as well. They go up to 100 miles an hour on this track, so they don't hold up the passenger services as much as the diesel ones do as well, so, which is quite cool. So that's good. Yeah, so everything, I've sat and watched it for a little while, watched it play out, watched some sort of services sort of start and then go. There we got another service going there. And he's just gonna, I think he'll just leave this and pop off down there, and I think he'll head down. I think he heads down to Wolverton, I believe. Milton Keynes Cargo, yeah, so that's a turn back just outside Milton Keynes, and then he will reverse down the ramp into Wolverton, I believe. And he's just transferring whatever freight they've got available for up here and vice versa. And I think he picks up this when he comes back as well, this food here. So it's all working quite well. We'll see how it goes money-wise, as much as we don't care, but it might start picking it up a little bit. Now we've got sort of plastic going down to the goods warehouse down in Wilson Junction as well. Because now we've got some goods going, it will start supplying London and surrounding areas with goods, that warehouse as well. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, we'll jump back into the time-lapse. What we're going to do is we're going to add some trees, finish off these road bridges. At some point as well, right, so the M1 I created here does cross, but obviously we're like this bit of track here is generally a lot longer. So what I might do is I might dig a tunnel and pop the M1 underneath, so we can at least come out the other end here, and then, you know, get that connected up to Rugby, and maybe there's a junction here somewhere, so we'll put a junction in for the M1 just to make it continuous, and there's a faster route sort of all the way down. As far as I think this motorway at the moment goes as far as Bletchley, I believe. But we'll have a look. We'll see what we can do. It's looking pretty good. I'm quite happy with it so far. But we'll jump back in and we'll finish off the time lapse now.